Hi there, this is Tina at Tina Stitches. Welcome to my channel. This is a channel about cross stitch. We call it Flosstube here on the YouTube community. And today is Monday, February 19th. It is Family Day here in Ontario, which is where I'm recording from. And yeah, great weather, I guess. I mean, it's sunny. It's still cold, but we could use more snow. I know a lot of people are not sharing the same sentiment, but I don't like forest fires, so I like to see more snow in my future, please. It's been 2 weeks since I last shared a video with you, and the last video that I shared was my collaboration with Gail and Amy. Apparently I'm making too much noise, so she's gonna have to suck it up. That would be Khaleesi, my Velcro dog. She's in here on the floor. I've given her medicine. She should be fine. I guess she just doesn't want me to talk. You might not, you can probably tell from my voice that I'm getting over, hopefully, a cold/sinus issue, which results usually in me having a sore throat for weeks or months or whatever, so talking can be difficult. Sorry about the sniffling. That's also going to happen because I am still somewhat congested. So, let's get on with it. Yeah, I had a great time filming that video with Amy and Gail, and if you want to see some people having fun, go check that out. That was from 2 weeks ago. It's on all 3 of our channels, so yeah, I've watched it twice already, again. I know, I was there. I don't have to watch it twice, but I did. It was fun. I really hope she doesn't keep it up. Let me try putting her back in her bed. I'll be right back. Okay. She's back in her bed, so hopefully that will be the end of the noise. For those of you who are new and not aware, Khaleesi is a small dog that we adopted about 5 years ago, and about 2 years later she developed rheumatoid arthritis. So, yeah. I spoil her, but she is also in pain and needs assistance, so that's what I'm here for. So, let's get into the stitching. I don't have a list of what I've worked on for how long, how many stitches, any of that. I will try to edit and show you a before and an after, and a cover photo if I don't have it with me, which is quite a few of them actually, because I didn't bring all the project bags up, just the projects. Yeah, this is my craft room. Sometimes I stitch in here, but I usually stitch downstairs also while I'm watching TV in the evening, so I have 2 main stitchy spots. Yeah, so first one I'm going to show you is one that got missed when we did our collaboration video, and I did have some progress on this. I haven't had any progress since the video, and hopefully we get some nice, I got the ring light there in the window there, it's nice and sunny, bright blue sky, means it's cold. This is Dressmaker's Daughter, and I didn't show it. And I did work on it before the last video, but not since the last video. So I was ready for beading, or so I thought. I bead at the very end, and I bead with DMC, and I put my beads in whichever direction I feel they should be placed, based on flow, geometric design, whatever it is, that's what I will base it on. I'm stitching mine on 32 count Periwinkle by XJudeDesigns. If that's wrong, check the description. It's in there. But I decided to start beading, and I started on summer. And when I started to bead, I realized today, as I looked at it again, that I didn't have all the backstitching done. In fact, I didn't have any of the backstitching done on summer. And so I had to do the backstitching for the dress form and all of these branches in here. They have no backstitching, and I realized today that this corner here is still, so this is, you know, before and after backstitching, if you will. And the beads are in place up to here, because there are some special treasures that I didn't have. They're not available either. So if you have the pack from, if you've kitted this up a long time ago, you would have it. Otherwise, you can't get it. It's some periwinkle blue flowers of a special, they're Mill Hill charms that they just don't make anymore. So I had all of the other beads for this area except for those, so I decided to stop, because now I'm getting into, well, those are supposed to be placed here. If I change something here, something might have to come out. So I decided best to stop for now. I ordered a few options, and of the 4 options I got, I'm gonna go with the one I didn't bring you, because it's in the project bag downstairs with the rest of the beads and everything else. So I thought I could get away with these necklace, bracelets / jewelry bits. And these are stainless steel links with cubic zirconia. I did this through the internet, so I, you know, looked and seen and thought, would it work? It came in along with the other options, which are Preciosa, which I believe is Swarovski, 4mm bicone beads. I got Capri Blue, Indisolite, and Periwinkle, I believe is the other one. And so this is the Capri and the Indisolite, which it's a little bit too bright of a blue and too pale and more on the green side. So I'm going with the Periwinkle, which is in the bag downstairs. This was a really good deal to get bicone beads like this instead of through Mill Hill, because that was through that beadlady.ca, sorry, in Canada, and it's $3 for 24 pieces at the time I ordered. Prices may change, might not be available, all of that stuff, but hey, it was a good price, so I thought I'll just, you know, get more options. you know me, I'm going to use them eventually somewhere. So, yeah. Dressmaker's Daughter. And I think I made another mistake. But I will bring that up at a later time if it's relevant. If it needs to be fixed or doesn't, we'll see. But here's where we are. I hope to have all of these beaded by the end of the year. You know, beading one panel per season seems seems reasonable, doesn't it? Yeah. Well, if you've been with me for a while, you're aware. So, Valentine's Day just passed, and I showed my finish for the Tiny Towns, Big Hearted Tiny Town, and I will insert a picture here of that and my display. Squeaky. No. And, yeah, there's a few cross-stitch pieces that I did put on display, which I never decorate for seasons. But I decided I have this space on a desk that's perfect for little displays. So I gathered anything that I had that was a heart and put it down there. And actually, there's a needle roll up there that would have perfectly went with the Valentine's Day theme, and it's Love by Lori Birmingham, I believe, from a magazine. Let me just pull it down and show it to you. Okay, so this is going to be, I guess, in the chapter or whatever section titled Old Finishes. I'm going to take those out because they don't really match, so let's make it look pretty. This, yeah, like I said, this is a needle roll pattern from an older magazine. I've had it finished for I don't know how long. I believe it's by Lori Birmingham. It has specialty stitches. It uses an over-dyed pearl cotton. And here's what it looks like. So that's the finish that I could have displayed, but did not. Now I have another one that leads into a different project, which I started so many years ago, had grand plans for it, and made a mistake somewhere and put it away. Now I'm going to show it to you, and you're going to say, but there's nothing wrong with it. Yeah, I don't know where the mistake is anymore either. This is, I have the magazine right here. This is from The Needleworker, August, September 2000. That's the cover. And the pattern is The Needleworker, the original Needleworker by Donna Ewan. You know, this, I'm just, you know, it's got a heart. It could be displayed at any time of year because it's generic, but it definitely would fit into a Valentine's Day display if you just try to, you know, make filler. There are so many specialty stitches. See, I love specialty stitches. It's, yeah, it's me. And I had 32 count raw Belfast. Is this Belfast? It's raw linen anyways. I don't really know if it's Belfast or not. I'm not an expert on the fabric. And that's what I did. Just experimenting with over-dyed floss because I had some left over from a different project. And white silk. So, oh, there's also a crew pearl cotton, I believe, for that pattern. Yeah, I had grand designs for this. It's on this length of fabric. It was going to be like a project roll, but I abandoned this project because there was a mistake somewhere. And I don't know where it is. And so I'm thinking I can either finish it the way the rest of it is finished in the actual design. Yeah, I haven't even shown you my whips, and here we are planning stuff. Yeah, there's borders and specialty stitches and lettering in the original design. So that's something I might get back to sooner than later. So I should actually, add it to the whip list. I know I can look up what thread I used and pull it from my stash. It was I think she's fallen out of bed again. Yeah. What's the matter, Squeaky? Yeah. I will be right back. I will put her back in the bed and be right back. Alright, she's back in the bed. So we'll see how long before she starts to act up again. So let's see. Okay. Yeah, so that was something all Valentine's Day related, planning things in my head kind of stuff. I really honestly didn't even think I would show you the needlework thing, but there it is. Okay. For the whips, I have 1, 4, 5, 6, 7 things here to show you. And one of them is a knitting whip, new start. Yeah. So I'm gonna just start from the front of the pile. I don't know if I've worked on this since my last video. If I have if I haven't, I guess there's no more progress, and if I have, well, here's what I've done so far. This is simply meant to be, it's a Heaven and Earth Designs chart. I really do need to learn the artist name. This is based off of artwork that is not the Tim Burton Nightmare Before Christmas, but a different take on that, which I really, really like. So let me find the pattern and I can show you everything. So we are... Sherry Gerhardt. Yeah. Or, I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it. But that's what we are doing. I started in the center, and I am currently at 9.3%, 2,337 stitches out of 25,000. So 10% done in a month. I mean, I only started it a couple weeks ago, so it shouldn't take that long, but you know how that goes. Shouldn't take long, right? That needleworker design shouldn't take long. So, sorry about the zip. I will try not to zip. Sorry. This next one is, that is being stitched on 25 count even weave, probably antique white Lugana, because that's what I stitch all my heads on apparently. And I had a piece of that in my stash from a stash and load thing that I did. She's in the bed. She's just being a fuss. I'll take the chart off of there because, I don't want to break the rules. I got parked threads all over here because that's what I do. This is my snow day stitching. If there is snow happening, snowing, well, even raining, I guess, considering for my area to have rain in January/February is very rare. And we did have rain a couple weeks ago. That's enough. So, I might have to cut that. We'll see. This is the Sleigh by Nora Corbett. This is part of the Christmas Eve Couriers collection. Here's where it was. Here's what it will look like when it's finished. And here's where it was the last time you saw it. And that's if I edit. I'm sure I'm going to edit, but if I don't, this is new. This is new. This is definitely new, and a bit of this is new. Yeah. Once I move the Q-snap, there's a lot of, it's all more like this. There's a fancy design up here for the front of the sleigh, but it's just a lot of flowing ribbons. And so I think this should go pretty quickly now. And then there's the beading. So, that could be another 3 years before this is finished. I started this in 2017, May, and it is stitched on 32 count Nocturne Blue Belfast linen by Picture This Plus. Alright, you come here. I won't be able to do anything with her on my lap, but I don't know what she wants. So, let's see. I decided to take a pattern that is a fairly large pattern and change it into a smaller pattern by using it on a higher count. So I originally was going to stitch this 2/1 on 28 count. I even had it kitted up, ready to go. The only thing is that I didn't want it to be 10 by 10, I think, or no, it might have only been, let me see what the pattern says it would be. It's not on that side. It would be 7.5 by 7.5 on 32 count. So, yeah, about 8.5 by 8.5 on 28, I think would be pretty close assumption. It is 115 by 115. So I was hesitant to start it on 28 count because I didn't really want it to be that big. I'm trying to use stuff from Stash. I'm about to kick the dog out, by the way. And since I was cutting up fabric for, well, actually it was because I was cutting up fabric for this that I decided I needed to cut the fabric into economical pieces for other designs, so I needed to go shopping for those other designs. I have one in my stash that I'm going to use this fabric for my Leap Day start, which I will get to that. And the other piece is the one that I'm using for the Simply Meant to Be pattern. I still have another piece left over. This is Ink Circles, Well Suited. This is what it looks like. I'm going to not show you a before picture because that would be in the other video with Gail and Amy, and I'm not referring pictures from that one. But here's where I am now. And I had gone down this way, so I had some of this done. And that's really about all. Alright. I'll be right back. Okay, so I handed her off to my husband, and we'll see how long that lasts, because, yeah, she's my Velcro dog, but that is unacceptable. So, here's Well Suited by Ink Circles, and here's where we are. I believe I just explained I had just that little bit done, and I filled in down to the bottom. I've filled in all of this part, working into the corner here. So there's more over here. This ends up being a diamond, and this ends up being a spade over here in this corner, and then that would be from the center to the corner. And if I didn't mention it already, I wanted it to be super small on 25 count so that I can turn it into a biscornu, because, you know, I will definitely have space for more biscornus. So it's actually making me wonder if I want to do this with more ink circles patterns because they're square. She has quite a few that are, why not, right? You want to stitch it, but you don't want it to be super big. Biscorn you, man. Yeah. So this one is actually really enjoyable to stitch on. I'm stitching this 1/1 full cross, and I'm not using any of the called for. It does call for over dyed threads, but I am using DMC black because I have a cone of black. I would use Anchor because it does have better coverage. I have found that out. But I have a cone, and I will use it until it's gone. In this case, the coverage is really good, and so that is not an issue here. I am also using, I believe it's Weeks Dye Works Turkish Red for the red, and Petite Treasure Braid number 35, PB 35, because I have a card and a little bit, so I'm sure that'll be enough. And it is readily available in the market if I need more, and I'm pretty sure I have more already anyways with the Royal Tudor Mandala kit, which called for I bought plenty for that, so there's that. And now this is gonna be a little bit noisy, sorry. I have a box full of, you know, scissors and stuff, and that clanks, it makes a lot of noise. So this is my Alice piece for the year. If you're new here or you're not aware, I try to have a project that has an Alice in Wonderland theme in it, because I had a themed birthday party a couple of years back, and it was Alice in Wonderland, and I have all the stuff. So yeah. So this is the Queen of Hearts by Owl Forest Embroidery. I started this for my birthday last year, and I was able to convince Sarah from Our Stitching Kingdom to join me because I knew that she had it. She has the kit. I only had the pattern and the threads, and I am still sourcing. I think there's only one more bead that I need to get. I might have to switch out a specialty stitch for one of the special painted roses charms. If I don't find those, I will just use a specialty stitch. This is where I'm at. So I went all the way to the top, and I did the Cheshire Cat. I believe there was like 2 lines done. So everything is stitched except for the back stitching, and there's 2 designs in the corner here that's the same color as this. That's why I just continued my thread, because there was not really a break. And yeah, so that's where it's at. This is stitched on 28 count something. Let me see if I can find it. Mellow Cashel Linen by Picture This Plus. as you can see, I've gotten from that bead lady again. I went and got the beads that I will require for this. And you know, I'm looking at that tube of beads and thinking, I'm not going to need that many for this pattern. I might just use those for cranberry and pines. Might not be the same shade of red, but you know, let's maybe have a look at that. That might be an option. Also, I don't have the metallics that came with the kit, so I am doing my own conversion, let's say, to Petite Treasure Braid black metallic. Remember, I don't know how long ago, I bought like 5 cards of this, didn't know why. I'm making good use of it. The gold that I'm using is not the one that I have in here, it's the one that's by my chair. Oh look, more PB35 and PB02. These were 2 options I had put in here, but I am not going to be using those ones. I can take them out. The reds are here. I believe I'm going to be going with PB88. But I will keep all of these in here until I'm actually stitching. But here are the red options. You know, I might decide something goes better with something, so going with that. So I'll leave the gold out because I've already stitched some of the gold, right? Maybe I haven't. Maybe I better not put those away yet. I'll throw them in here. We'll have another look at that. Because who knows? Okay, sorry about the zipper. I'm horrible for that. Okay, so I have 2 more projects to share. Big ones. And if you've been with me, you know what one of them is going to be. Of course, it is Stitching Shelf by Amy Stewart, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs, stitched on 25 count, antique white Lugana, 2/1, half cross. Here's what it will look like. And here's where it was when you last saw it. And here I am now. And honestly, I feel like I've not done a lot. But I know I have done a lot because there's the start of a book happening here. I did a lot of fill-in over here, bringing this book as close to complete as I can. And in the meantime, filling in typewriter style across the top with this massive plant and shelf. I did have to do some frogging this morning. Wasn't too happy about that. I had come over here, over in here, and some of the stitches were off, which meant that out of the 5 colors roughly that were there, they all had, you know, maybe 3 or 4 stitches each, and then they were parked or finished. So I had to, you know, undo those stitches so that I could fix it. That's one of the reasons why I don't go too far. Because if I'm off, I need to fix it, and it's best to find it sooner than later. And considering I'm yeah, typewriter / cross country / parking. My main method is typewriter. I do go by the block, whatever stitches are missing, pick it, and then go from there. Sometimes I'm going to come across here, and sometimes I'm going to go down instead. But it works for me. I like it. It's the way that works the best for me. I've done block, doing the 10 by 10 squares and park in the next column. I've done that. I don't like it. I like to continue with my thread as far as I can. Why take it off just because it's in the next square over? Just keep going. I mean, you got 20 squares here, and I just keep going. I don't have time for that. And this is Hatter by Gecko Rouge. Yes, it's another Alice in Wonderland inspired design. This was a gift from my husband back in, he got it for me at Christmas, and I started it for New Year's Day 2019 is when I started it. I'm at about 30% done. Yeah. Here's what it will look like when it's finished, and what it looked like when you last saw it. And I'm so happy to share I made it all the way across. So let's see if we need to keep those out of the way roughly. But yeah, like I said, I'm typewriter. But in this case, I wanted to work from the bottom up, so I'm typewriter reverse, I guess, from the left to the right, bottom to top. And I wanted to get past this line all the way across here. I was in here, I believe, the last time I filmed. And, I mean, some of this was filled in because of my method. I carry it as far as it will go, which is what I've done here again. And so, as you can see, I made it all the way to the end of the page. Some of these colors, well, I mean, I start here, but I can go up as far as I want with that color before I park it and say done. And so that's where we're at. Yeah. Really do enjoy working on this. This is Gecko Rouge kit, 25 count, magic guide, easy guide, whatever it is the pink lines. I don't care if there's lines on it. Honestly, if I spilled something on it, I'd have no trouble. Just wash it out, get rid of the lines now, because I only use them as a reference point to see if I am onto the left or the right side of the line on my page. Pattern Keeper, by the way, definitely recommend it. Yeah, so I don't use it for stitching. I just use it as a backup checkpoint. And also, these are 20 by 20 squares, so that doesn't help on a pattern where it's 10 by 10. It just gets confusing that way. So, anyways, this is where we're at. Omri Koresh, Hatter by Gecko Rouge. I might have to take a lozenge soon, but I think we're done with the cross stitch whips. I don't have any more up here beside me to show you. I'm just looking at my You know what? I will show you one more. Nah, I won't. I've only done a little tiny bit on it, and it's the Beautitudes. I'll try to show that next time. I just don't have the pattern and everything right here. So we'll save that for next time, because I do stitch on that one mostly when I'm on my Zooms in the morning with Gail and Amy, because when I'm in Zoom with them, I just work on the border, because the border is very monotonous, but there's a pattern. It's a repeating pattern, so easy to, you know, chat and talk, stitch with that pattern. Much easier than some others, anyways. So I don't really have anything as far as haul goes, because I already showed you the beads that came for Dressmaker's daughter. But I did get I did get other beads, and one of the reasons I got beads was because, remember, one of my reindeer, I ran out of beads. Yeah, haven't showed you that one because I haven't stitched on it, but I do have beads that that will work, because I've dropped some of the beads onto the design. I think I took a picture of that. If I did, I'll insert it here. And basically you couldn't tell which ones were the dropped beads and which ones were the stitched beads, because they're identical. So, but because I'm buying them online, I also bought a couple of other options that I thought might work. So sorry about that. I'm going to actually get out the and I got a lot. These are the beads I've bought in order to replace the Mill Hill number 10001, which is a clear with silver lining ice bead, according to the description. And so when I was that bead lady, I looked at silver lined beads for options, and these are the 3 that I purchased. And out of all of them, this one that I got a giant tube of is going to work. I think these ones were too small, and these ones are not silver lined, they're just clear. Let's see if we can do this. I just dropped them. Does that work? No, not really. But yeah, I wasn't too sure about the last one, and then I dropped a couple on the design, and it was like I couldn't tell where they had fallen. So yeah, so those are the beads that are going to go on the reindeer. Which one is this? This is Dasher. This is how far I got before I ran out. So these are the beads to do a little bit right there. That's about all that needs to be done on this design. I should leave it out to finish it. As a matter of fact, that's all I need out of that bag for that. And then I can get that finished. And then hopefully we have a finish to share with you next time. This video is going to be a long one, isn't it? So I also did some knitting. I was enabled, of course, as many people are, to start a new project. Yeah, I knit. Okay, I'm not a knitter. I knit. I can knit. It's not my preferred craft. If I had to pick, my lineup, it would be cross stitch, and then it would be quilting, and then it would be knitting. Bag making and then knitting. I think, yeah. I like to make project bags too. I needed a new project bag for this design because I have a knitting bag, just one, but this is going to be a bigger pattern. So I made a bigger bag, and I'm trying to find you the cover page, which I printed in, it's black and white because I printed it at work. Here's the cover page. This is the Dragonfly shawl pattern by Jolly Knits. It's an older pattern, 2017, so it's not new, but I thought I really like that shape, and it's looks like a simple enough pattern that even little old me can get it. And so I had to, of course I was checking out Jolly Knits because of Amy. She showed Red Christmas shawl, and I did buy that one. So this Dragonfly shawl is really more of a practice before I go on to Red Christmas. And I'm using yarn from my stash. It is a Red Heart brand, which I think this is still readily available. Luster Sheen. What is it's fine. It's size number 2. So it's fine. It's like sock yarn. Well, it is sock yarn. And I got this far. This far, and then I'm like, I don't know if it's well, let me show you. Oh, it's not that bright. It is it's more of a burgundy than a bright red. It's more like 917 instead of 666, right? So the problem that I'm having is I think maybe I should have used a bigger needle because it's not as lacy as I was expecting it to be. It'll be warm. I know that. So now my dilemma is, do I try it? I have another ball of this, so I could just start off with that other ball, try it on a bigger needle, see if I like that better, and then rip this apart, or just make it a little bit longer and turn it into just a little short scarf with a button or something. I don't know. But yeah, to make this a shawl, like it's curling up on itself. It's supposed to have a shape like that, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Live and learn, right? That was a couple of days of me sick. And yeah, I was staying home, so I decided, let's, try something that I can just do while I'm laid up in bed type thing. So that's what I did. Plans. I have two stockings in my whip pile, but one of them I definitely want to have done this year. The other one is a lot more full coverage, a lot more intricate, and even though I want to have a really intricate design for my son-in-law, that one is not for my son-in-law. It's the simpler one, I guess. That's for my son-in-law, but I want to have that one done first. Not because he's any less important, because he's way more important than, sorry, Sarah, but the second stocking is for my nephew's wife, which, son-in-law, nephew's wife, well, son-in-law is gonna definitely take the cake for that one. So, yeah, so I'm gonna pull I have his stocking out, I have it set up, I did some stitches on it last night, I'm totally in the groove on it, I have it in a Q-snap, I was stitching it in hand, but I was not loving it. I am definitely a Q-snap / scroll frame / Q-snap, scroll frame. Those are my frames of choice. I haven't tried a Nurge. I'm not going to diss it or rave about it because I haven't tried it. I'm just not a hoop person, so I see that in the hoop category. What else? March is coming up, so I should be pulling out the Permin of Copenhagen kit, the one that's all in blue. I should be pulling that one out in March, so you'll see that again. Leap Day happens right before March, of course. It's kind of funny, actually, now that I think about it. My son's birthday is March 1st, so he's going to have to wait an extra day for his birthday. Not a leap day, not a leap year baby, so he would have been, right? But the leap day start that I have is not a long dog. I could start pandemic if I chose to, but I'm not in a pandemic start phase yet. I haven't. Nothing has compelled me to start it yet. So, but this one I've had in my stash for a while, and I really want to start it, and I feel like Leap Day start for this will be appropriate in my mind. It's like she's writing down all of the things that happened over the last 4 years. So, Story Keeper by Selena Fennick, and it's only 51 by 258. that works out to 2 inches by 10¼ inches on 25 count. And, you know, that piece that I cut up, that's what one of the pieces is for. I've already got it kitted up, ready to go. Not kidding you, I might start it before, but probably not. I think I can make do with the projects I already have started. Yeah, I think that is all that there is to share. So I am going to clean up, go make supper. I promised my son I would make dinner and he could come and have some. You know, it's family day. So, I should go get that started and edit this and get it uploaded so that you can all enjoy seeing what I've been working on. And by the way, if you're new here and you're here because of finding me through Gail and Amy. I was thinking of Kim and Sarah from Stitches Stuff because of the stocking, but if you found me through Amy or Gail and their channels, let me know in the comments down below. I'd like to see who's new, and you know, I hope you like what you see. So welcome and thank you. So until next time, take care of each other. You know, stay safe, be kind to one another, all that good stuff. And happy stitching.